relations, it would barely bring us above minus 200. We'll get there eventually, but it's going to suck having such a short truce with you, actually. I need to get that opinion of you sky high. You don't even have debt for me to pay off. Throw a relative on this throne, but they have someone that's alright right now. Probably a good idea to make a start with it, because the worst thing would be somebody backing your independence. And then obviously you declaring for that would super suck. Come on, hold out at 40. Ah, fun times. Even if I attacked you now, you'd probably bring in reinforcements and it wouldn't be the glorious stack wipe that I deserve. Oh, he knows it. What are you doing walking through my land? You're not allowed military access here. There we go, full annexation. Figures. Oh man, I hope they don't suddenly break up with you as well. That would ruin my entire plan. Okay, they still like them enough. Yeah, but now they just got themselves another fort for me to have to worry about. You're thinking too much, Jake. Pull the trigger, says level 9 Luigi, who obviously just wants to see the war coming. Well, I mean, Tirhut have given me a prime opportunity to just ruin their days. And I have these forts to attack Orissa in anyway, so I think I'll just plop myself over there, crush Tirhut, and all will be good and well. And I'll probably label Orissa as my rival, so that this can... Why are they all moving now? What are they up to? They know. He's going to Purnia. Well, that works for me if he gets locked in on that movement. Then yes, I will be pulling that trigger. Vijayanagars getting involved, just to be sure you're not involved in anything else. Good, you have something resembling an army, also good. I'm going to get you guys, probably when we're involved in a war together, I'll move you over to a coastal fort of Vijayanagars like... Well, bully. I guess I'll have to take my own coastal fort here. Still, Reconquest, Purnia, Vijayanagars getting involved in, Orissa as well. Let's make it so. Man, I could be fighting up in Tibet, instead I'm stuck here down in lowlands. Let's go for it. Orissa have of course gotten involved, the numbers look to my advantage. That's assuming they're not sitting on a Tech 9 that they could grab at any moment. Truthfully, it's Vijayanagar want to do that, but Vijayanagar are taking offensive ideas. You're taking quantity, so that should even out. For the love of God, though, I need myself some Diplo ideas, because I am diplomatically extremely weak. I need that diplomat, and I need him badly. Diplomatic relations, I don't really need them, but they will get me points as of right now, so why not? Tech is so incredibly expensive, after all. So, welcome to pain! Trample them down. They just see my elephants and run away. Such is life for them. Alright, not entirely safe here because Orissa can just pop up and around. What would probably be to my benefit is to make my way south, join up with Vijayanagar and plow up north through Orissa whilst these forts just eat it. I have pretty good fort defense and I could make it even better if I went for a nice edict, which I likely will if that becomes the pressing concern. Also, when I'm down south, we can push on the capital. Remember, I don't need to fool anything, Orissa. Curiously, though... I'd need to eye up my peace deal with you, so never mind. Let's enjoy our free diplomat by improving relations with our beloved allies for now. And push south. Oh, yeah, Bengal's gonna eat this one, but, well, too bad to them. As for you, Dang, I'm not entirely sure the best use of your time right now. What I could do is detach my mercs and get them involved with you, or I just make a little detachment and I set you to that and I say, listen up, Dang, and in fact all my allies just attach to me and we're hunky-dory. As long as we're behind our glorious fortifications, we should be okay. No guarantee, though. I have just inherited these forts. It's not like I've put a lot of thought into them. This is bothersome, actually. I don't actually like you getting any sort of stuff built up. Maybe I should make a slight effort to take this stuff over. At the very least I can lay them under occupation. For all I know, Orissa's going to go south. In more ways than one. Okay, so Vijayanagar is heading north. Fortunately he's not having revolt issues anymore. That was troublesome when he did. Dang is upon me in a good way. Kalahandi's all going down. I'm just going to leave some token force here. Super token. Get the mercs to deal with that. Because then at least I will be able to make peace if all goes terribly wrong, at least with Tirhut. So about this. Truthfully, that is totally not... Well, actually it could go to Bengal. If anything, it should go to Bengal. Hell, it's his land. You're going to take two provinces to join your country together. These two, it would be prudent, wouldn't it? But what I would like to do is have a massive war where I just do things to Orissa. It's more important that I cut off his rampant expansion here than eat away at his homeland. Because remember our laser in the Dev Clash? He was Orissa and he got eaten here. And he just slithered like a worm over here. In this case, though, Orissa is super thriving over here, so it's not going to work out for me, I dare say. On the naval front, looks like Vijayanagar should have the advantage here. They bring in the heavies. As long as they actually do bring in the heavies. I don't know where they're... I don't know where they are. What are they doing? Was I even looking at the correct country? I was. They got 5 right there. We'll see what they do with them. Now, is ruining your day possible? That is a jungle. I might benefit from riding in there and just destroying you. Ah, this couldn't come at a much better time. Unjustified demands and aggressive expansion impact reduction. Whilst my aggressive expansion is fairly localized, entirely within this kitchen. Don't want Assam or Limbahuan turning on me, even though I'm just having just wars here. So I will temporarily improve relations with Assam. Their position is annoying because of all the attrition that I smoke up there. Speaking of attrition, I barely have any manpower, so I should be a little bit wary of what I'm doing here. Thank you, Diplo ideas indeed. Interest per annum I could not care less about, so the Jains, I'm going to tell them where to go. They're not going to be happy with me, but the Brahmins sure will be happy, so I do favour them. Now our unhappy Jains, I mean, like, do I care? I really don't, I'm afraid. The Brahmins, on the other hand, they can do some nice things for me. Although, in the end, the nicest thing anyone can do for me is fund my wars. I haven't been dealing with the Rajputs, really. I should see to that, shouldn't I? Okay, he knows what's coming. And he's still on Tech 8. Vijayanagar is as well, sadly, but... I should probably just get all of you together, say attached to me, and then brutalize those Orissans. Where did he go? I don't know if he went north or south. If he did go north, I can chase him down. It's not like this is at risk. However, I didn't see where he went. If he was going south, actually, I'd see him going through here. There's a good chance he went, no, okay, well that's an even better thing that he did. So unfortunately he's coming along here, but I should be able to deal with him before you get there. And Marvin should do the dealing. Oh, that Vijayanagari general, I want him involved in these battles. Still, got Tirhut done and dusted, so the good thing for me to do is to start taking this over. Malwa could form a problem for me. Malwa could declare war on Orissa. That makes it a pretty good reason for me to take these two provinces, because I have to also curb Malwa's enthusiasm. Malwa wants those lands. Orissa's not a weak target as long as they have Bahmanas allied to them, so I don't think it's a big risk. I will have to weigh up the cost of taking these provinces in that case. It's more important to curb him here. Alright, we'll put some thought into it, but for now I would love to stack wipe that army. Sadly, I think he saw that coming. Well, what's a man to do? Place him under intense occupation, of course. However, the cannon should certainly not be part of the occupation plan here. This is good though. Vijayanagara's getting the occupations down, and he's running like a coward. How far can one man run though? Well, if he runs too far away, I have another army that's equally valid for the old stack waipu. Alright, it's a real damn shame for me that he's not getting that cannon! Oh, that Vijayanagari general took the perfect opportunity to... Oh, bollocks. Goodbye, cannon. I miss you already. Damn you, Vij. Could have been our perfect moment. The botched rescue attempt, that hurts. I'm gonna miss that cannon. We'll have to make a replacement. I can't live without... No, not an arcbuster. Gonna miss that cannon. Right. The honourable thing for me to do is to intercept his own army. If I corner him here, I'll be able to get him one way or the other, so that's okay. As expected, that general is doing some severe shafting of the Orisons. Holy crivens! It's a bad, bad, bad day to be you. And also, Bengal throws up a sacrificial pawn, and that is the end of the Orison army. Oh, wow, that was beautiful. That was almost too beautiful. We're going to have all the defender advantages of fighting here as well. And he's not able to get out in time. What a loser. Gonna keep this under occupations, or keep it under siege rather, so he can't do anything about it. Vijayanagar is doing some occupado, but he doesn't actually want any of it. Oh. 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 Trample them underfoot! So many dead Orisons just like that. Oh, the incredible incompetence of Maharaya. Oh. See, this is the kind of moment that just all... I've played so much of this game. I think overall, including internal testing time, I've clocked over 10,000 hours on this one bloomin' game. And it's still moments like that that make me just go... Ah. Oh. So... just want to share that happiness with you. Atwix is also in chat to share the happiness. Consider annulling Orissa with Malwa and finish your corridor so Malwa can't declare on them. Possibly. Especially if I'm going to annul Orissa with Bahmanes, which is kind of the plan, I have to secure the corridor or else Malwa will kill them. And I can't have Malwa take this land. Malwa have grown abusively strong with all this. If I had to toe-to-toe with Malwa, I'd have a very hard... Okay. The fact that I'm split like this means that he would be able to get my capital and I would have a pretty bad time. Then again, well, yeah, I would have a super bad time fighting Malwa. Not to mention Nagar. Don't underestimate Nagar. Okay, that was fun and all. I should properly follow this one up so I don't make simplistic mistakes that cause regret. You know, the kind of regret that goes, how did they get their army back? So, Operation Carpet is a go. We might get a little bit done here. He'll probably try for a little bit there at the very least. This is actually a safe province, can't get to it. But there's Vijayanagar here as well. I'm quite confident that things are going to go okay. You want to take my manpower? I don't really have any left. I still don't want you to have it, but pay these troops. Or at least claim that we pay them. Watch the elephants get nerfed next patch. Never. The elephants should be bigger next patch. This is quite nice. Vijayanagar's helping out with this siege. I'm more concerned about him getting his army back together. Education for the poor. Who do you take me for? Never. If you educate the poor, they're only going to turn on you. And we'll be having that. Okay, good. The occupados are going as well as one could expect right now. He's actually occupying. He's actually making reinforcements pretty quickly. Vijayanagar should be able to have the situation taken care of nonetheless. Let's make sure we contribute on the seas as well. It's a bit risky actually. It's got a bunch of heavies there. What happened to the... Alright, Vijayanagari's heavies are on the way, so I'll still be able to... No, okay. I'm a little bit gutted about that. Hey, we can do our part, right? Oh man. Some extremely racist memes are flowing through my head right now. It involves an Indian on a phone. Oh hey, you're right, I got the boats here. I could make this province not safe. Alright, we'll make it so. I'm so glad I thought ahead about this one. Midnapur is no longer safe. Okay, my armies though aren't safe if I keep running into stupid battles like that. He'll get an almost 10k put together here, which is a bit of a shame. But he's not going to take down any of my forts, that's for sure. Oh, I got my cannon back. Regardless, it would probably be prudent for me to put an army together to stop them. I kind of have my occupations going here already, so it's no big deal. The moment Orissa dishonors, would Malwa consider attacking Bahmanes? So, if so, you won't even have to annul. Malwa attacking Bahmanes? Great. Malwa attacking Orissa? Awful. Unless I already have these occupations, then it's no biggie. Malwa is unlikely to attack Bahmanes because Bahmanes is allied with a fairly powerful Delhi. And Delhi wouldn't say no unless Timurids came rampaging in. But I'm out of the woods, so I'm actually not too concerned about thinking about things like that. I just want to enjoy the trampling. And I'm enjoying the trampling. Heck, I don't even mind Vijayanagar can expend all their manpower for me now. They'll work on the forts. I'll just sit back and laugh, maybe even drill my units a bit. Make sure Tirhatis won't rise up, especially in Champaran, right here. Yeah, we can do something about that. Let's not get too cocky though, Star Fox. Let's make sure the corridor is ours. Sind no longer a valid rival. I'm so glad I remembered to make Orissa a rival before I launched this war. Ugh. Okay, Malwan relations look pretty rock solid. I want to consider something. How much aggressive expansion are we talking about if I do this? Okay, even Orissa doesn't care. I might... The general thought is annul the treaties and come back in 5 years, but it's not that expensive to get a bunch of cores back, especially if my main concern here is breaking Orissa up from their rampant conquests here. What I would ideally do is take Dhaka and Sonargon, or whatever the lowest development... Oh god, I want that. I wanted to not have that. Yeah, taking these two provinces would break Orissa up from here, and they would likely get picked apart, if anything. They certainly wouldn't launch new aggressive conquests here and here. Then again, forts are the clever thing to take. Tell me about your cores here. Yeah, you don't really have many cores on forts. There's this one, sure. Ooh, wait, that's not even a fort. Here's the fort. A lot of things to consider here. But since it's a reconquest, I'm going to take him for all he's worth. What does the opinions map mode look like? For me, not too shabby. I put a lot of early investment into making people like me to keep them out of coalitions. And that included Orissa. It was a magnificent investment marrying Orissa and Delhi, despite not going for the alliances for them. because it has just kept them out of Coalition City. I really need to play it careful with Delhi though. I don't want them getting on my back. Malwa as well. Risky biscuits there. I hope to eat up the north pretty quickly though. In fact, I should be declaring war on Sang right now. All things considered. Sang have an army of 6,000. I should just walk over it and take all this for my subject. My subject, I might point out, who's about to have rebels aplenty. So I might walk in and deal with Orissa there, but otherwise... Right, here's what I'll do. I need those mercs back anyway, because I'm out of manpower. But I will get those mercs, and maybe a bit over the limit, right? Push it to the limit. I'll roll over these guys. Vijayanagar can deal with the big the forts. I'll probably take care of the minor occupations here, so I don't have to chew on that. And then I'm going to roll over to Sang just to feed Dang a bit more, because I don't want to have these nations even existing to coalition me. Limbo Huan is another concern. Okay, well, concern might be pushing it. I'll just stop this one from getting more occupations on me. Otherwise, Merc, and the rest of you. Yeah, get over to Patna and get ready to charge into those jungles and ravage the Orissans, because it's practically a national sport now. Oh, you got a ways to go, don't you? I'll just head on back a bit. Or, no, I have a boat for this. Ah, it's no big deal. Boats here, boats there. Oh, I'm so sorry, but you're... Oh, snap. Sure, I'm glad Vijayanagar here is here to catch me, because that would have been tragic. Still could be tragic if my boats are eating the worst of that. Look at him run. Look at him run. 3-1-1. I think Marvin can take this one for the team. Oh, he's gonna stay in Kanker, is he? He must be pretty sore. Alright, fine enough. Just head back home. It's the end of days for poor Orissa. Truth be told, I don't actually want to waste my manpower fighting him. I wonder if Vijayanagar would do so if I asked him nicely. Alright, if he wants to go for my capital, then all the better for me. I was able to get the old Kochi land mine. Should position ourselves for an attack on Sang. Waste manpower. What manpower? All 183 of them. There's a chance that it'll go there and there. Hopefully I can take care of that, but yeah, surely. I don't like the orders here. His tag is stronger than my tag. Tell you what though, we used to have an Olwyn's. Olwyn's tragically died, but I have decent army tradition. Let's have our luck, but I'm not going to use any of these long names that I definitely can't see. We're going to see a return of Leben Sol. Leben Sol's always served us well, and this is an exception. No, oddly enough, none of what I want, which is maneuver. It's kind of a shame. You're going to get there, and then you're going to run into these guys, aren't you? Oh well. I'll just chase you down like the dog you are. Just in case he goes there, I want to be in the position to guard against it. Yeah, I figured. I figured. Wow, I'm super slow compared to him. That's a 10-1. I never like offering up 10-1s, but whatever, they're just merc lives. Merc lives, despite what you may be told, do not matter. These two will delay them long. Wow, they can't even touch me. They can try, but any excuse to restack wipe the Orissans I will take. I will leave behind a couple of you guys just to take care of the rest here, whilst you guys head north, including most of our mercs, because I want to deal with these. Still got to swallow the cost of this a bit. It was a few ducats that I didn't want to lose, but hey ho. Some Swedes at work were laughing, and they said it's because Karlhandi sounds like cold hands. I'm sure it was hilarious to them, like side splitting. Ah, the Orissam's so pathetic in every walk of life. I'm going to do this just in case he decides to recruit over here. I want to give him no opportunities to recruit more. I don't even mind him getting separatists. They probably won't get this far north, so that works out very well for me. Excellente. Tier hut. You're actually going to survive this tier hut. Don't feel too bad. This land goes for Bengal. Although I'm not going to give it over because whilst I occupy this, guess who's enjoying all that sweet trade power and actual income despite my my treasury looking like it's going down. Don't pay it any heed. We're actually doing great here. Which is just as well because this war needs to start. I see no reason that it can't. Except maybe giving the claim to Dang, but it might just be as well me. You don't have a core there, do you? No. And you got Kathmandu all cored up. Excellent! I just like how this is coming together. I don't deserve a lot of what's happening here, but I will certainly take it. Jake, what's your opinion on Bonobos? I don't even know what you're talking about. Sounds like some awful candy. Or I'm being incredibly naive, but that's nothing new. Alright, good job, subjects, but just stay in allied territory. Looked like they were looking after each other there. Out of curiosity, does anyone here know who or what caused Jake's dislike for the Swamp Germans, if there is a reason, that is? I like your assumption that there may well not be a reason, because it's a very well-founded belief there. But I used to really like and even admire the Dutch. Oh, I admire having 33% more manpower. Even if tech is something that one always needs, I want that. The legitimacy is a bonus too. Not so sure that... Oh, diplomats. I want it all. Oh well. Yeah, so I knew some Dutch people professionally when I was in the UK, and they tended to be quite well built, good work ethic, generally firm but fair individuals. And I thought, this is a race I can get behind. Then I moved to Sweden. Then I met some more Dutch people, and we're delaying those salaries, I'm telling you that. And then it all just came apart, and like my illusions were dashed. So there was a liking there, and then it went away. This is going to hurt my manpower something fierce. I'm wondering if it's even worth sending up all my army. What I should probably do is tell the regulars to stay home. And then the elephants and the mercs, and of course the cannons can go up there. Also, I'm about to face revolt here, so let's not hang around. Oh, then again, if they take over half the country, they will break it apart, so that's also bad. It's just all pretty bad. Stroopwafels are pretty great. Now, you won't hear me saying a bad thing about the old Stroopwafels. Let's get the war goal and generally move along. Hopefully he doesn't give me a run for my money. Kinda wish I was playing with the new AI, but can't have everything, I suppose. We did some AI improvements in 1.28, but I won't be streaming that for a wee while. I mean, I could totally abuse authority and do so, but I'm just digging my own grave if I do that. Tier hut's down and out. Sang, though. I don't like wandering around here without any vision. It's super freaky stuff. Also don't like running around with the elephants climbing up here is kind of funny to me. I knew it, I bloomin' knew it. Right, do I turn back or what? I mean, I made it all the way here. Where are his units? He has access through quite a few places actually. Assam and Limbohuan, so he might have ran off down here. It's not impossible. I'd be happier if I just eliminated his units. What would super suck is this guy just taking over all of his country. It's happened before, we all remember, or maybe we don't, but I certainly remember what happened in a previous campaign. He's a coward, he's probably running anyway. Sang, that is. Oops. That's not the only revolt coming. The Jumlans wish to rise up too. Jake, I've been re-enjoying your whiskey videos recently. Is there anything we could expect from Kalila at one point or another? My name has nothing to do with it, says Drunken Cossack. So the whiskey videos are something I always wanted to do more of. They're highly enjoyable to do, and that is the one reason that I do streams and videos and whatever you see. Because I want to, because I enjoy it. Regarding the whiskey ones, it's purely a matter of time. I mean, they don't take long to make, but it's still an overhead of time. Hold on, these are Kathmandu guys. Are they for a tag that's Kathmandu? Yes. Kathmandu don't have other cores, so I'm probably going to have to run into that and deal with them myself. Most unfortunate, but let's face it, they are going to die a swift and painful trampling death. Under Leban's soul, of course. We won't have our... I want my King Marvin dead, but still. Look whose elephants gave out first. I think you'll find it was his. Oh, you can even hear them crushing them to death. Beautiful. My insufficient numbers are not so beautiful, though. Since manpower is so fierce at the moment, I'm actually going to... Wow, I'm already over Force Limit 2. That's bad news. Scrunch you guys together while we're at it, and then I will do this and get you guys together and heading north. Ah, there's Sang. I wonder if he'll try to kill me. Should take a step back just in case. The religion in Ratanpur would change to Sunni. I don't... Oh, what? Oh no. With the marriage between Marvin and his wife, the people of Kalahandi are experiencing an increased fondness for all things Delian. While some cultural exchange was to be expected, particularly considering the popularity of the Queen, it's with alarm that our administrative advisor reports that a religious shift has been taking place. Ooh. She has long converted to the Hindu faith, and the chief should know that. I had nothing to do with this. It's in Ratanpur. I mean, shouldn't be a big deal to switch it back, even if it is to Sunni. But I'll want that increased missionary strength there as well. Anger those believers. I also don't want to eat that that hit there. Publicly denounce your bloomin' faith and flip back. Oh shoot! I gave it to the Jains. If I take it away from the Jains, they are not going to be happy people. Their loyalty will go way down. And now I'm eating this. Oh, okay. And the angry Jains are just making things even worse. Well, yet another thing chalked up on marriageable women here. Why do they have to screw me at every turn? Okay, I'm tempted to tell my subjects to actually get to work, because they can eat the pain of sieging up Tsang for me. If Tsang wants to come down here and play, then that's all good news for me, because I can take this shortcut. Shortcuts may make long delays in some people's books, but for me, I just need this guy down and out. I'll happily take this route for it. Oh, well, hey, now it looks okay. Huh? Oh, the Jains were no longer eligible because it changed to Sunni. I knew it all along. Let's keep that going. Need some marriageable men in your life. Well, won't be the Dutch. I feel like I should get my units all back together here. I'd much rather fight him on the flatter terrain here. Also, being in my own homelands will help everything come together better. Ah, okay, this will also help if you guys want to eat those attacks for me. You'll get the defender bonus. I just wish I had some... Oh! Mong Huang have arrived to make my life a little easier, question mark? I kind of wanted all this land for my subject Dang, but if you're going to ride in as well, so be it. Some of Sang are Sing, some are going on the 21st. I'm going to 10 to 1 the one stack. And then you guys should hold out long enough at the very least. But then I need to get these occupations before Mong Huang does, or else they're going to... bollocks. Kale! They're going for eat your greens at this rate. They're doing spectacularly well, and they're making my life hard for it. Well, we should be able to get at least these 3 provinces, but Mong Huang, tributary to Ava, at least it's not to Ming. Give me a rough-ish time here. Alright, well, all is well with regards to that. At least as well as I could demand. Once this fort goes down, I'll at least be able to take these 3 provinces. Limbahuan needs to go, though. Ho-hum. Greetings, Jake, from a place named Iceland, says Artificial. Are you aware that the one well-known Scottish reference to Iceland is a guy yelling, "I hate Iceland"? Maybe it was "We hate Iceland." There was a bit of solidarity to it, wasn't there? Regardless. Feelings are lukewarm. I feel like my money's been dribbling away out of me. A lot of forts here. It's this big army that now has mercs involved in it, which are hurting me the most. But okay, I think it's time we finished up these wars for now, at least. There's plenty of other wars to be declared, and also I haven't been doing what I should be doing, which includes claiming Jaunpur. I want to be at war with them once my truce is up, and it's not too far away. Tirhut, their time will come. Doti will have to go eventually. I could make better relations with Doti just to keep them off my back. It's not like other people really have concerns against me. Limbahuam are going to die when I get a chance anyway. I've done what I can with Delhi. Orissa is a lost cause. Vijay is looking okay. Malwa is looking good. I'll get back to Vijay though, I suppose. Well... they do hate me, those Bengalis. But they no longer want me completely dead. Better to keep the diplomat on him. And I always like having a spare diplomat. We'll get down to the fake cheese palace. There are no enemies at all to worry about, so goodbye fortifications. No point paying for stuff you don't need. That includes the enemy fortifications. It's a shame, because I would like to prevent him from getting these cores. But they're not. Oh, well, it's that fort that's the pain. I don't like him having forts. Jake, when's the last time you checked your trade? Well, I've always been collecting here, but I moved the Doab merchant elsewhere. Can't remember where it was. Yeah, it was down to collecting Coromandel. I believe you're collecting Coromandel. Yeah, it's not a lot of money, but hey, we now have these provinces, which is super awesome. My income's actually going to drop after this war. So, that's a thought. What would also be a thought is somebody moved their ass on this siege. Let me give you a cannon and a siege pip to speed that along. Goes from 7 all the way up to 21, just like that. Lebensol works his magic that way. once this fort falls, I'll be able to demand what I want from you. Unless Mong Huang have not got huge ambitions for you, but I have a feeling they're going to want to eat up all this. And truth be told, I want the war to end before too long. I've been stuck in war for a long time. My economy has been suffering. Kind of. Depends how much of the fine print you check, but I'm bound to eat call for pizza before too long. Deep down we all feel a call for pizza. Oh, and pause, that's why nothing's moving. Like I said, the blindness of the soul can't easily be defeated. I tell you what, I don't mind Jampur having extra defences, even though it's just farmlands, it's a free fort essentially that I was granted. Is he already Horde or just a tribe? I'm just a tribe right now. Okay, so this did go to Bengal, which, I mean, that was the intention anyway. It's time to think how I'm going to carve this guy up. I want these two provinces to go to Bengal because it slices him up entirely. There is a case for taking these two, but I want Bengal to be as connected as possible here. So Bengal, take those two, please. Expensive already. Take this, since it was a war goal, might as well go for it. Super nice and cheap. And I want that fort gone, so I don't have to keep worrying about it. The coalition is... I mean, the aggressive expansion is barely anything here, which is nice. Doti could coalition me, but, I mean, who would be in this coalition? Tirhut and Orissa would not, because they have a tonking big truce, and Doti won't be starting a one-man coalition against me. Question, what else? Both of these provinces can't be taken unless I do other stuff. It's not impossible that Malwa attack Orissa if I make them break their alliance with Bahmanes, which is what I totally should do. Having those two allied is a big pain. And if Delhi get Timurided have Tech 9, this is the time to do it, then Bahmanes are a sitting duck without their Orissan alliance, so I kind of have to break Orissa. Oh snap, I can't. I can't make this peace and do separate stuff to Orissa. Ooh, should have thought about that. I either divide him up or I break him up. That said, with his fortifications gone-ish... With no fortifications, he's a sitting duck. So even if I did fight Bahmanes, we could just crush him. It's not an easy one to do here, actually. Not easy at all. But yeah, leaving him with no forts is super cruel. Some people are saying separate peace to Orissa, but then I can't discombobulate him like this. If I separate pieced him, then it would be no Bahmanes. I would probably take this, just to keep Malwa off his back, and then I could declare. But he could just as easily ally Ayutthaya or even Ming or Timurids. It's no guarantee of safety here. Whereas the opportunity I'm given here is to do some serious permanent damage to him. And that's... the worry about Malwa attacking Orissa, Jake. Oh, worry about him. Secure the border and break Bahmanes first. Then give Bengal back their land. Use return core in a separate piece. Troubling thing is that's super expensive because he wasn't the war goal target. I mean, the aggressive expansion, yeah, it's a different story. I think I will do some direct harm to him. I mean, look at it. He will have no forts. Except for this, but who even cares about this? He won't be able to do it. Take the money. Connect Bengal to you. Break the alarm. Man, everyone's just telling me to do that. I wouldn't directly attack Bengal anyway, because of Delhi's involvement. Although, you know, if I attacked him right now, with Orissa fully crushed... Vijayanagar and Malwa are both up for a bit of Bahmani smacking. Okay, new thought. I make this peace deal, then immediately attack Bahmanes. Orissa have no forts and no army and die. then it's me, Malwa, and Vijayanagara against Bahmanis and Delhi. Sound good? Of course it sounds good. I just came up with the idea. It's a fantastic one. And that's probably what we're going to do on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Because I'm not looking to stay up too late tonight. I got to think about me. Gaming Monkey, first yelling yes, now yelling no. Hopefully I don't forget about this plan next time, but it's totally what needs to go down. Actually, wouldn't the clever thing be to actually put it in motion so I don't immediately forget about it? So we make this peace, and then we immediately strike Bahmanis with our friends, just to be sure. You would join in. You would join in. You want land. He wouldn't want land in January 1520. I don't have a big problem giving Malwa land. I also don't have a huge problem screwing Malwa. Plus, Malwa could get some Delian land. The important thing is just to crush Bahmanis here. But Vijayanagara, they don't need such promise. Plus, I'll get some nice favors with Malwa, which is always good. All right, we'll make it so. But I need a free diplomat to do so. Screw the spy network on you. It's not as important as making this work. I like this peace deal. I like it quite a lot. All these people that would love to go against me if they could. Army should probably be in place and paid for before I do this as well, because high chance that they would want to get involved. I forget, when you transfer the occupation here, no, the garrison stays at full. Just would have been a fun one to think about. Also, let's totally have our own forts paid for so this doesn't backfire in my face. Bengal's vassal Jake, naturally. Truce with Dang has ended, also naturally. Also, it might be that Orissa don't want to join in, period. They almost certainly would want to join in, but possible that they'd say, nah, you're alright, buddy. I mean, between everything, they would probably want to get in on it. Oh, I wouldn't want Vijayanagara to be trapped there. Well, bully for him. Alright. It's a new year. It's time for some new pain. Oh, right. Before I make that mistake, I have to have this war finished up as well. I'm so glad I thought about that. So what am I doing here? I would be taking these provinces and just giving them to Dang. No, he doesn't want to give me all of his money. That's not very nice. Limbahuan won't be happy, neither will Doti, but that's okay. Should I take it from me or give it straight to my subject? I mean, you generally say it's better to take and then give to the subject directly, but it's not like they have any problems with that, so I think I'll just give it straight to... yeah, straight to Dang. Just in case there's some complications arising. Go for it, Dang. And I still need 2 diplomats free for what I want to do here. Oh, I was thinking he teleported back, but that's because there is now no Tsang, there is only Dang. Alright, let's make this happen. I'm looking forward to it. Which half of the country do you want your army in? The one that can pounce on Orissa and kick their ass the fastest. Because I truthfully will just want Orissa to give it all up and probably annul treaty, but otherwise just get out of the war so we can focus on 2 big chunky forces rather than several. So, yes, we make our... let's not make accidents here. Let's make our delicious, incredibly delicious peace. Now Bahmanis. Okay, so Orissa do want to join in. Malwa can have some land, Vijayanagara get all that. Is there anything I'm forgetting about before I do this? You're black flagged, which is great news. You'll have to go home anyway. Mothball the fort up north, so it's easier to take. Oh, you mean that one. That would have been clever, but it's already... oh, wow. It's already super easy to take. wonder if I'd be able to get there inside that time. Maybe not. Still, you're going down. I don't think there's anything I particularly have to do. Maybe start making that core. Champaran, we're coring up, but that's okay. Bachmanis should definitely be my rival. So I'll make the wrong person our rival. And Orissa also should be our rival, despite having no army. Good. Good, good, good. I can't think of anything else that I super need to do right now. Subject's unhappy, as always. Even though I got him all this land. What a piece of... well, piece of you-know-what. Alright, can't think of anything else that could possibly go wrong. Everybody's getting in on this. Thank God I still have my claim. How long was that going to last for? Sometimes everything just comes together. I should also tell everybody what I want, especially since other people want other things. But yeah, this stuff has got to be mine, including that Vijayanagar, so hands off. I could take or leave Badar, but honestly, Vijayanagar's not getting anything, so it doesn't matter for much. Actually, I would quite like Badar. It's an important fortification that they have, that frankly I should have. Vijayanagar can rule the south for all I care, which isn't much. Okay, I'm done psyching up. I just wanted to make sure everything was doing A-okay there. But Golconda will have to be mine. Vijayanagar gets involved. Malwa gets involved. Let's do it. But let's resolve it on the next stream. Alright, cheers for joining. I'm loving this campaign, even though we haven't gotten to the actual hoarding part yet. Yeah, feels so far away, because my autonomy is pure garbo. So I don't get a lot of this fast. I even lost 25 of it early on. But we will get there. So somebody's asking, when will I stream again? It won't be tomorrow evening. It will probably be Friday evening. So tune in then, evening Central European time, of course. But until then, cheers, and just for a little bit, cheerio.